Today on General Hospital, Joss agrees to help Trina and Cam set a trap for Spencer. Nicholas believes he can stop Ava from leaving town, and Albrecht learns Victor is working with Peter. At Maxie's place, Scott arrives and finds Britt there. He assumes this is about Liesel. Maxie tells them after speaking to Nina, who had an encounter with Peter, that Peter told Nina that Liesel had been handled. Maxie explains that Nina discovered that Sonny was alive, and Peter was blackmailing her because she was keeping that a secret. Scott is stunned, but not surprised because Sonny's impossible to kill. Maxie continues to tell them that Nina and Liesel were plotting to lure Peter to Street Lucia, where Albrecht would deal with him. Scott realizes that was the reason for the plane crash. But why throw him out of the plane and save his life? Britt believes it's because her mother isn't dead. Scott vows to rescue Albrecht and take Peter out. At Sonny's gym, Joss gets a call from Cam, who is at Charlie's with Trina. He hands the phone to Trina, who tells Joss that Esme is up to trouble and dragging Spencer down with her. Joss agrees to meet up with them. Before she can leave, Esme turns up and tries to get to know Joss better. Joss explains she doesn't have the time to chat and that things have been all over the place since Sonny came back. Esme is shocked to learn Spencer's uncle is alive. Joss arrives at Charlie's and tells Trina and Cam that she just ran into Esme, and she's positive the girl is sketchy. Trina believes Esme and Spencer have been working together as Ava's stalker. Joss asks Cam what he thinks. Cam finds it odd that Spencer was in town on the down low, and he was furious with Ava for not testifying against Nicholas. They all know he can hold a grudge. Joss worries that Spencer is in over his head with Esme, and exposing him could get him into serious trouble. Trina says or it could exonerate him if it's all Esme's doing. Trina admits she actually has gotten to like Spencer and doesn't want to hurt him. At Windermere, Spencer tells Nicholas that Esme left to go kickboxing and to shop for materials to redecorate her room. The father and son sit down for a game of chess, and Spencer talks about how he's never met someone like Esme. Nicholas admits he thought his son liked Trina. Spencer says Trina is a nice girl, but Esme is his person. Esme rushes in and reveals that Sonny is alive. Spencer is overjoyed, and Nicholas realizes this means Sonny can protect Avery, so Ava may not have to leave. Nicholas takes off, and Esme moans that this is a disaster. She says they must do something to keep his dad and Ava apart. Spencer is sure that Ava won't change her mind about leaving no matter what his father tries. Nicholas arrives at Charlie's looking for Ava. Trina informs him that she's already on her way out of town. The Cassadine asks her to help him find Ava because things have changed. After Nicholas departs, Trina tells Joss and Cam that she has an idea of how to trap Esme and Spencer. At the Corinthos estate, Carly tells Jason she's beyond grateful that Sonny's back, but she keeps wondering what happens next. She invites Jason in and explains Sonny slept in the guest room. She inquires where Jason went. He tells her he went home to his apartment. Carly can't help but wonder if things were different, if they could have had a wonderful life together. Jason has thought about that too. However, he says things have to go back to the way they were, and she has a life with her family and Sonny. Carly cries he's a part of that life, and she doesn't want that to change. Jason promises he isn't going anywhere. Carly knows their marriage wasn't legal, but she meant the vows when she said them. Jason did as well. Carly asks if they will be okay. He says they are okay and will always have each other no matter what. She rests her head on his shoulder and they hold hands. Jason decides to depart, but she stops him because they need to figure out what they will tell Sonny. In the cemetery, Sonny asks Mana if she's stalking him. She explains she was visiting Nathan's grave. She asks how he's doing, but he tells her to stop acting like she gives a damn. He won't forget that she let his family grieve for him. Nina knows it's not enough to say, but she is sorry for the pain she caused him. He notes she hasn't said anything about what she did to his family, and his wife Carly. Nina cries that Carly was trying to erase her from Wiley's life, so Sonny thinks Nina kept the truth from Carly to make her pay. Nina reminds him that he urged her to fight for Wiley, but he says that was Mike who doesn't exist. Nina swears she didn't plan to lie, but then she got to know him as Mike and they grew closer. Nina was hoping he'd understand. Sonny understands she stole his life from him. He points out if he knew who he was then he could have helped Lenny and Phyllis. He could have erased their debt and given Lenny more time and peace. Nina tells him what he gave Lenny was friendship and loyalty, and Mike was a good man, perhaps the man Sonny's always longed to be. Sonny remembers everything that happened, including how she led him on. He calls it unforgivable. Nina knows nothing she says will make a difference, but she only wanted him to be happy. Sonny says he's home now where he belongs and with his family. Nina promises to stay out of his way but again says she's sorry for the time she took from him, and she's sorry she let him fall in love with her. Sonny thinks about kissing Nina and tells her to forget Mike because he never existed. Nina refuses to forget what she and Mike shared. In Crete, Victor checks on Obrecht, who's angry that he's kept her locked up in her room. He wanted to give her time to adjust to her new reality. Obrecht begs Victor to release her because she needs to focus on helping her daughter. Victor knows about Britt's disease, and he used the conference on Huntington's to lure her into this trap. He'd always planned to bring her there, but he had to speed it up when he learned what she was planning in Street Lucia. Victor believes she should thank him for saving her life from Peter. Obrecht warns him if Peter hurts her daughter, Nina, Maxie, or James, then she will blame him. Victor believes they can help one another. He promises to let her see Britt if she collaborates with him on a research project. She reluctantly agrees to work with him, and he approaches her from behind to comfort her. Albrecht quickly turns around and holds a knife to his throat. Laura Collins and Valentine are determined to find her son. General Hospital spoilers for August 2, 2023 reveal a possible wild goose chase, a deceptive visit, a child as referee, and so much more. You won't want to miss a moment of this emotional new episode. Laura, Jenny Francis, and Valentine, James Patrick Stewart, keep hitting roadblock after roadblock as they search Chechnya for Nicholas, and Wednesday is no exception. GH spoilers say that Laura has to urge Valentine to do something. Does that mean Valentine is getting cold feet? After all, look what happened to him when he was left to his own devices in Greenland. Perhaps she urges him to go home to Anna, Finola Hughes, because she needs him right now, thanks to a shooting that put her life in danger. Valentine feels pulled in every direction between the search for Nicholas, the shooting, and the mess with the Pikeman group. Trissy, Jane Elliott, has been keenly interested in deception for quite a while and seems convinced they stole the idea for the Deceptor from another cosmetics company. On Wednesday, she finally pays a visit to the deception offices to see what has been going on. Will Brooke Lynn, Amanda Seton, ensure she doesn't say too much? Meanwhile, Maxie, Kirsten Storms, finds herself doing damage control. Deception has some added problems after Brooke Lynn took those files and Sasha, Sophia Matson, had her drug-induced meltdown. If Maxie wants to afford a new place to live, she needs to keep deception afloat. Martin, Michael E. Knight, is also interested in deception and the Deceptor, but will not say what it is. However, he is taken by surprise. Now that Cyrus, Jeff Kober, has survived his heart attack, he's looking to make a big change and he needs his brother's help to do it. Back at the Quartermain mansion, things seem to improve for Tracy and BL Key's family as Leo, Easton Rocket Sweda, plays peacemaker. Does he broker a truce between Olivia, Lisa Lucicero, and Nettie, Wally Kurth?